Marlene Sparrow, and you can find me at thesurvivalgene.com. Today I want to welcome you to my garage at the lake. That's why things are hanging here. We get creative at the lake. I want to show you how to make an alcohol stove. What we need is quart-size cans from the paint store or from Home Depot. And here's a gallon size to make a larger alcohol stove. The alcohol we'll be using is 70% rubbing alcohol. Don't get the higher percentage, the 90-some percent alcohol, because it burns so much hotter and it's more difficult to handle. And also we need toilet paper, and it's advised that we use double rolls. So what I need to do first, and you'll need something to light your fire when it's made. I need to take the center part out of the roll of toilet paper, which always takes me a little bit of time, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I used some little needle nose pliers, little local trucks going by, and there it is. Get rid of that part because we aren't going to use it. Now, this needs to fit into here. I'm hoping that's going to happen. And just squeeze this all together. And once you've done that, do the impossible. Squeeze it into the paint can. And since you can see this is going to take me just a minute or two, I'll be back in a minute. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I'll tell you that while you went to the refrigerator for a cold drink, I went ahead and got this one put inside. You'll notice that right in the middle there's a bit of an opening after you've squeezed it together, but I pulled this out of the center, and now this is going to go in, and this will function as a wick for our stove, wick for our flame. And I went ahead and filled this one. I was very surprised to discover that this actually holds 4 rolls of toilet paper. And that's good, because that's what's going to be absorbing the alcohol that's going to be the fuel for our fire. In this one, we have to have a bit of an opening right there in the middle where, again, we're going to have a part sticking up that will be our wick. And this, you just have to muscle through it. So we get to be tough guys at the same time we're super feminine. Okay, let's just work with the little one, knowing that you do exactly the same thing with the large one, with the gallon size. You know, I don't have a whole lot of patience for those lids. But as we start to pour in, it's going to absorb all through that very absorbent toilet paper. Actually, it's ultra plush toilet paper. I don't know if you can see that bubbling, but it's going all down. So everything I've read about this indicates that the alcohol stoves like this are safe to use indoors if you're in an emergency situation, living in an emergency situation. So it's one of the few fuel sources that appears to be safe to use for cooking inside. Now, the alcohol is all the way up to the top, super absorbed, may absorb more, and when the level goes down or when you've used it up, you can just continually refill it. Okay, let's see if this is going to be successful. There, it starts a flame right away. Now, looking at that, it's a great heat source. If you're living with no electricity in the summertime, you're going to find that you're in the wintertime. It is a great source for heat. And here's another thing. How do you put a pan on it and have it still keep its flame? Well, this is something I found, and it's wrought iron, and I got it at Walmart for under $5. Now, it could be hot enough there, or if you need a little bit of height. Here's something interesting. The alcohol, although it's burning on the top, it's very, very cool down here at the bottom. And it does not get hot here, but you don't want to grasp it up here. So there, we've got flame that's a little bit higher, and I'm not going to leave this on here, but just to give you an idea of how you're going to cook with that source, it's going to take a bit longer to boil water, but it will boil for you, and you should be able to do just about any kind of cooking here that you would do on your own stove inside your home. So, one more thing I would tell you, I think it's probably a good idea, once you get these filled, to put a date on it and what's inside, so that if you don't happen to be around, someone else can see what it is. And be sure to put something to open it on the outside. I think we're a success. Be sure to visit me at thesurvivalgene, that's GENE.com, and we've got a lot of articles you might find pretty interesting. So be safe, and may God bless you.